Some bills are designed to solve problems. Some are designed to win elections. And some, like the one now crawling through the US Senate, are built to do both, while quietly reshaping the country underneath. The One Big Beautiful Bill, also known as H.R. 1, is not just another tax or budget bill. It's a 1,000-page declaration of priorities, etched into tax codes, federal programs, and spending authorizations. It is sweeping, it is partisan, and it is stirring up an unusually loud split, not just between parties, but within them. Let's talk about the fault lines, not the headlines. This bill has no shortage of champions. The president calls it the most significant legislation in American history, insisting it will restore prosperity, secure borders, and protect American families. His allies in Congress echo that sentiment, framing it as a fulfillment of campaign promises, tax relief for working families, permanent small business deductions, and no federal taxes on tips or overtime wages. Supporters in the business world point to what they see as smart economic policy, expanding the child tax credit, encouraging investment, and slashing red tape. Some agricultural leaders praise its provisions for farm families. Energy lobbyists celebrate the repeal of environmental restrictions. Immigration hardliners cheered the funding of new enforcement and deportation programs. To them, the bill is the whole package: jobs, growth, security, and fairness. A victory for the American taxpayer, they say. But it's what's beneath that wrapping that has others raising alarms. The opposition to this bill is as vocal as it is varied, and not all of it is coming from across the aisle. Yes, Democratic leaders call the bill regressive and reckless, warning of tax cuts for the wealthy paired with cuts to programs like Medicaid and SNAP that millions rely on. But some Republicans are also pressing the brakes. Fiscal conservatives see a ballooning national debt, with estimates suggesting this bill could add up to $5.7 trillion over the next decade. They say it risks drowning the economy in interest payments, even as it cuts health care for the working poor. Senators from rural states are alarmed by provisions that threaten funding to local hospitals. Others question the elimination of environmental protections, the rollback of clean energy credits, and new restrictions on court oversight. And there's even concern from Silicon Valley and academic circles over clauses that quietly ban states from regulating artificial intelligence for a decade, buried deep in the text. And that's the problem. The bill is massive, fast-tracked, and filled with more than just tax cuts. What's rare here is the split within the president's own party. Some Republicans warned that slashing Medicaid and food assistance programs during a time of economic strain could backfire politically. Others see the rushed timeline, trying to push this bill through before July 4th, as legislative carelessness, if not outright manipulation. And a handful of influential conservatives, business leaders, and former allies have gone further, calling the bill irresponsible, even dangerous, warning of long-term fiscal collapse masked as short-term populism. At its core, the One Big Beautiful Bill is a philosophical document, one that envisions a leaner, faster, more centralized federal government that taxes less, spends differently, and regulates sparingly. But it also redistributes the cost of that vision, away from corporations and toward low-income families, away from national safety nets and toward state-based enforcement. It prioritizes energy independence through fossil fuel expansion and deregulation, while walking away from climate investment. And it enshrines certain economic rules that may outlast this administration and the next. You can call it beautiful, you can call it bold, but make no mistake, this bill is more than a policy. It's a line in the sand. And the question is no longer just, will it pass? It's, what kind of country does it leave behind? One where government gets out of the way, or one that looks the other way? One that fuels growth, or one that grows inequality? One that serves families, or demands they serve the economy? That choice isn't in the slogans. It's in the fine print. And right now, that fine print is being voted on, page by page, paragraph by paragraph, behind a wall of talking points and party loyalty. Read carefully, ask loudly.